This is my 2014 Ducati Monster 696 model. I really enjoy this model. I haven't had it for too long, but I've never actually owned a Ducati either. The last bike I had was a Husqvarna. Before that was BMW. And I love the F900R, and power-wise and everything, it's very, very similar to this. I still feel just this is like the raw version in a weird way. There's just not much tech to it or whatever. It has there's some little features that I didn't think that a 2014 would have, but like the choke, and it still has, I don't know if you guys can see down in there, maybe not, but it's got the steering lock the same as the Husqvarna does. Surely, I mean, I don't know if anybody copied whoever, but yeah, pretty neat bike overall. I really enjoy it. I don't really have many cons whatsoever, but it's a pretty neat bike. Hydraulic clutch, that's new to me. The bike feels different. I told everybody, it kind of feels like you're driving like a 60s Ferrari. Ducati just has this different way of creating bikes, and the engines and everything. It's really neat. It doesn't feel like any bike that I've rode before, which is odd. But dual undertail exhaust. I was looking to see if there was a low mount version that I could get or like create. Dual Brimbos in the front. The suspension is really nice, actually. Do not mind this fender eliminator that it's got. For the year Ducati and everything, I think that that fender eliminator is just a little too modern. I think that it needs to be a bit more retro, classic, but I don't mind it. Looks cool. Headlight looks good. Everything looks good on this bike. Feels great. Single cylinder. It's pushing out a lot. And I want to say that truly my only cons with this bike, and I'm not even, I mean, I can't say really much about it, but my true cons of this bike, this is my first impression. It just needs a cooling system, because when it gets hot like here right now, it's, holy crap, I think it's 97 degrees out Fahrenheit. Is absolutely hot. It is steamy, and this bike doesn't do too well. It's air cooled, and I'm not sure why they did that. If somebody knows why they did that, put it in the comments. But I think this bike is great. I actually really like it. The sound of it's amazing. I don't even have, this is just stock pipes, and it sounds great. I'll let you guys listen to it in a minute. But the display is really cool. Like, check this. This is a really neat classic display. Crap, I don't even know if you guys can see it because of the sun. Well, pretty neat though. And just this view right here, just sitting on it and riding with that is amazing. I've got to get a few riding videos in within the next couple of days, because this will be going up for sale soon. Everything is relatively easy to get to. As you can see, I don't know if you guys saw just a minute ago, but that oil filter is just right there. It's so simple. Filling areas right there. It's just one big reason, just because it's naked, but also they made it really easily accessible to all of this, the basic maintenance that's needed to get done. But yeah, very neat bike. I like it. I think that for a 700cc bike, that this is a really cool bike to have. Something that if you're in college or high school, want to show up to school with, this is something that you definitely would want. I think that there's other alternatives that are better, like for city use, just because of it being air cooled. The MT-07s, I'd say that they're a lot better. I've rode a bunch of those. First and second gear you can do power wheelies with. It's got enough low end power. Braided brake lines, it's really nice. Ducati did a really good job with this. But if I were you guys and you guys had more options, like if you lived in a higher populated area you guys had more options that you could choose from. I would probably do the next version up from the 696. I don't know if it's the 796 or what, but I remember that they are not air cooled. That would be much better for the cities. It's just really depending on what you're wanting to do. If you wanted something for back roads and just commuting around your little town or something, this would be perfect. If you're wanting something for a big city and you're going to be sitting in traffic nonstop all day every day and it is extremely hot out, this is not something that I would suggest. But it just gets really hot, especially around your legs too. And I watched the temp gauge go up. It does have a temp gauge on there, and it just gets way too freaking hot. But I'd say this overall, out of a rating of 10, I'm gonna give it a solid 9. It is a really good bike. And I mean, like you guys know, if you guys watch my other videos, I don't usually ever have anything like really bad to say about the bikes or anything like that. Like I really enjoy all of the bikes. They just have their own place on the category of where you want to ride them, what type of style of riding you're wanting to do. And that's why I also let you guys know this is not something that you would want to daily in a huge heavy city, but heavy congested city. But if you want it for back roads, want something that's sporty, take to school or whatever in the morning. Well, that concludes my review for this 2014 Ducati Monster.